Hello everybody and welcome to the Texas Motor Speedway of the 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series SpeedyCash.com 250 and the 8th race of our 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series NR2003 season as Corey Heim leads us to the green flag alongside Tyler Ankrum, and we are underway here in the Lone Star State. Who is going to get it done at this track that has historically produced some of our most chaotic Truck Series races of all time? As here we are, it is Corey Heim racing Grant Enfinger for the lead here in Texas into turn 3 and 4. Friesen, Ruggiero, Hocevar behind them as they go through turn 3 and 4, 3 wide, almost 4 wide, multiple rows back. Hocevar down low, they're spinning and crashing out of turn 4, the big one in Texas. Around goes Ankrum, Craftsman, Lane Riggs upside down on his roof, and about the half the field is taken out of turn 4 here in Texas. See, Ankrum gets spun after clipping Hocevar. Craftsman wipes out. You got Caruth spinning around, Caden Honeycutt, Lane Riggs, Bailey Curry, Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith as well involved, Spencer Boyd, Craftsman, Jake Garcia, Brandon Jones. I mean, so many trucks involved in this one. Full speed, just so many accidents behind these guys. Jack Wood also crashing with the 2 truck there of Cody Dennison, but a huge crash. Here's a Luna on board with Tyler Ankrum. You see, just gets tagged, and watch as the field comes right into view, crashing everywhere. The 76 almost made it through right there, Spencer Boyd, but the hole closed for him and a whole bunch of trucks. Here's Brandon Jones, Mobile 1 on board, as he just gets slammed hard right there into the back of Sammy Smith, and then he gets landed on by Lane Riggs. Speaking of Lane Riggs, he's going to go for a wild ride here with the Loves RV Stop onboard camera. See that massive hit right there, Flynn. Here's the Quanta on board. Jake Garcia right near that playoff bubble. Couldn't afford a huge crash early. Gets taken out in this one. Big playoff implications. Here's Chandler Smith's Long John Silver's onboard camera, and he almost made it through. Just gets tagged, and up into the wall he goes. Collected by a bunch of trucks. See Daniel Hemrick also involved. Here's Connor Mozak's onboard camera out of turn 4. He just gets clipped up to the outside wall, and the 44 lands on the nose of Connor Mozak with a vicious impact. Here's the Delaware Life on board with Sammy Smith. Just gets tagged. That's what gets Chandler Smith around. 07 into the wall. Gets hit multiple more times. There's Honeycutt. And speaking of Kate Honeycutt, here's his onboard as his horrible luck this season continues with, I believe, it's going to be his 3rd or 4th straight race with a DNF in the 20s. Just disastrous turn of events. Now, speaking of the back here, the 2 of Cody Dennison gets a hard head-on hit with Jack Wood in the 91. It had a vicious impact there on that outside wall right next to the corner. They wrecked separately thanks to Tony Breidinger coming out of that corner right as the big one happened in front of them. And just like that, there's only about, I don't know, 8 or 9 trucks that don't have damage left in this race as we get back underway on lap 6. Enfinger and Friesen the front row, but a chaotic start to this one here in Texas with most of the field completely wiped out. I mean, Honeycutt, Jake Garcia, Brandon Jones, Lane Riggs, Spencer Boyd, Stephen Parsons, Cody Dennison, Jack Wood, all out of this race. And now it is Grant Enfinger racing with Friesen down the back straightaway, and Friesen clear for the lead here in Texas thanks to a big push from Gio Ruggiero as they go into turns 3 and 4. Hocevar right there to the wall goes Grant Enfinger spinning. There goes Heim is involved. Dawson Sutton, Frankie Muniz, Tony Breidinger just got ARCA braked by Nathan Bird. As here, Heim pushes Enfinger up the track, gets them both into the wall, collecting Ty Majeski and Tony Breidinger. Then you got Muniz and Sutton crashing. Ankrum finds a way to get involved. And watch as Tony comes down the track here. She's going to get obliterated by Nathan Bird. But a multi-truck accident here into turn 3, and we have a wreck fest of a start to this race here in Texas. And you see the hard impact there from Sutton into Tony Breidinger and Dawson Sutton. All 3 of those trucks are done for the night here in Texas. Meanwhile, Friesen will lead us back to the green once again alongside Ruggiero here on lap 11. Now already down to less than 20 trucks left in this race. As you see now, Nathan Bird out in 23rd, Tony Breidinger out in 22nd, and Dawson Sutton out in 21st, leaving us with 20 trucks as here comes the 15 of Tanner Gray to the inside of Stuart Friesen for the race lead, and Tanner Gray to the front here in Texas. He is going to take the lead away from Stuart Friesen on the restart and try to find his way to the victory lane for first time in his career. And they're nearly 5 wide for second. It's getting intense here in Texas in turn 3 and 4. Somehow they don't all crash. Raja Caruth on the move. Ben Rhodes in the conversation. Now here comes the 7 of Carson Hocevar to the inside of Tanner Gray on lap 42. And Hocevar to the lead here at Texas Motor Speedway. Gets around Tanner Gray as he tries to win stage 1. As here we are now, 6 to go in stage 1 this time by Hocevar, leading Tanner Gray, and the caution is out on the racetrack. Matt Craftsman, the 88, involved. He just gets spun by Friesen here in turn 3. A harmless incident. Just an unfortunate mistake there from Friesen. That's going to end stage 1. So Carson Hocevar is going to pick up the stage 1 win here in Texas. His first stage win in his first start of the season. Tanner Gray, Rajah Caruth, Gio Ruggiero, Corey Heim the top 5, followed by Friesen, Rhodes, Matt Mills, Grant Enfinger, and Andres Perez the top 10. So Hocevar picks up the stage 1 win. And we head to stage number 2 here in Texas. And because that caution came out when it did, I had to kind of get to a new little race simulation here. But we'll still have the midway through this segment here stop for the end of stage 2. As we get back underway in stage 2 here in Texas, Carson Hocevar leads the way over Rajah Caruth and Tanner Gray. The 7 looking to continue his dominant start to this race after all the chaos we witnessed in those first 20 laps of the race, trying to get some clean racing, some rhythm going, and we can get some good racing here. As right now, Hocevar trying to hold back Rajah Caruth. Corey Heim sends it to the inside, 3 wide for the lead. There goes Gio Ruggiero and Ben Rhodes, and they're crashing in turn 3 again. Another huge crash here in 3 and 4 at Texas. Matt Mills just hooks Ruggiero right down to the 99 of Ben Rhodes. Up the track they go, nowhere for Connor Mozak. He gets collected, and then a big wreck up ahead. Chandler Smith, Grant Enfinger, Andres Perez, Josh Rayome, Craftsman collected. A whole bunch of trucks as another massive crash strikes here in turn 3. Grant Enfinger had a hard head-on hit to that outside wall. I think he's done for the night after that one. As you see, the 9 goes smacked up that outside wall head-on thanks to the 77 of Andres Perez. He also damages the 19 of Hemrick. Ty Majeski involved. A lot of good trucks involved. This one, Rajah Caruth is wrecked. Caruth got dumped by Corey Heim as they were racing back to the line and just drills the 52 of Stuart Friesen, who takes a hard hit to the outside wall. Sammy Smith and Matt Mills, as well as Tyler Ankrum, all slam into Rajah Caruth. And disaster for your Bristol race winners now. Enfinger, Caruth, Ankrum, Mills, Chandler Smith, and Sammy Smith are all, or sorry, not Sammy Smith, my correction, Nick Sanchez is in the 07 for this race. So they are all out of this race, leaving us with now just 13 trucks left running. We're still only going to stage 2, and in the wall goes Corey Heim, sent in there by Josh Rayome. Just a two-truck accident here in turn 3. Heim and Rayome, both trucks will still be in this race, but the caution will come out as the chaos continues in this absolute demolition derby here in Texas. But yeah, shame for guys like Chandler Smith, Nick Sanchez, Grant Enfinger, who are having some good runs. Same thing with Rajah, all going to be out of this race. Not the finishes they were looking for. So 13 trucks left. Carson Hocevar still leading over Tanner Gray, trying to pick up a stage sweep in this race here at Texas, which of course really doesn't matter too much to him. He's not racing for points, of course. In the Cup Series, still looking for that first career win. And now here we are, last lap of stage 2. Carson Hocevar is going to win stage 2 and sweep the stages in dominating fashion here in Texas. What a performance. Here comes Josh Rayome coming through to come home in 8th in the stage, earning 3 points. Tanner Gray will come through to be 2nd. Corey Heim, after the multiple wrecks he's been involved in, still recovers to get 3rd place in the stage, followed by these two do not get points. So it would actually be Daniel Hemrick will be 1 lap down in 9th in the 19, followed by Ben Rhodes in 4th, Ruggiero in 5th, Connor Mozak in 6th, Andres Perez in 7th, and Friesen gets the final stage point. So Carson Hocevar sweeps the stages here at Texas as here comes Corey Heim for the race lead. And the 3rd and final stage of racing in trouble down the front straightaway. Around goes Ty Majeski into the wall. Tanner Gray involved. There goes Luke Fenhouse. Josh Rayome involved. Another multi-truck accident down the front straightaway sends Ty Majeski into Tanner Gray. One of the best trucks of the night. Goes hard on the wall, collecting Fenhouse. There goes Rayome. Ruggiero caught a bit of damage in that. Another accident here in Texas as the chaos continues to reign supreme here in the Lone Star State. Wreck after wreck after wreck. My goodness. And then Fenhouse just gets tagged a little bit right there by Daniel Hemrick. Caution is out. It will be Carson Hocevar and Corey Heim on the front row for this restart here As we slowly work our way through this race, 55 laps to go. It is Heim and Hocevar battling for the lead. Tanner Gray in the 15, actually out of the race from that crash. So unfortunate for the 15. He had a really strong run going, but he will DNF in 13th place. Not the finish he was looking for when he definitely well could have won this race. Now here comes the 88 of Kraft, and he's a lap truck, so he's not actually there. The battle for the lead is still Heim and Hocevar contacted. Around goes the 11 of Heim into Majeski, into the wall they go. Andres Perez and Stuart Friesen piles in late. And another wreck here in turn 3 in Texas. We're barely going to have 10 trucks left in this race if we keep going at this rate. As Heim and Majeski, then Andres Perez just gets clipped right there by Stuart Friesen. We're just going to end the night for both the 77 and the 52 here in Texas. Shame, both trucks are having great top 10 runs. Now Friesen and Perez both done here in Texas. Heim and Majeski will be able to continue as Hocevar will lead here. But this time, Gio Ruggiero going to lead his first lap of the night here in Texas as he beats Hocevar to the start-finish line here on this restart. So now as Ruggiero and Hocevar battling for the leads. Now, of course, Friesen and Perez being out of this race, they will end up in 11th and 12th, leaving us with just 10 trucks in the race here in Texas. As we slowly whittle down the amount of laps we have left to go, Carson Hocevar still leading the way, trying to get his first win in his first start of the season. Here's Rex Series. They're 4 wide. Now they're 5 wide here in Texas. And there they go. There goes Matt Crafton into Connor Mozak, Majeski, and Hemrick collected. 5 wide is a really aggressive decision by these guys back here. It just does not work out. Takes out Crafton, takes out Mozak. Majeski collected, Daniel Hemrick involved, Rayom goes first, and somehow Corey Heim gets through that unscathed. I don't know how he did, but he managed to make his way through. Impressive save up there by Rayom, by the way. Shout out. But yeah, a bunch more trucks wrecked here. And now the car, Hocevar spins out Matt Crafton. Hocevar was in 3rd place, and he just came with the track and takes out the 88 of Crafton, who goes crashing towards the inside wall. Caution will be out, and I believe Corey Heim is going to be scored as the race leader over Gio Ruggiero. So now it's Heim and Ruggiero on the restart. Hocevar restarting back in 6th. Just 33 laps to go here in Texas. Heim, Ruggiero fighting for the Crafton out of the race. He will be out in 10th. So just like that, we're down to 9 trucks left in this race. 6 of them on the lead lap as Corey Heim looks to hold off the trucks behind him of Mozak, Ruggiero, Majeski, and Hocevar for the lead as we go into turn 3 here in Texas. Heim has the fast truck, able to hold the lead here. There goes Hocevar head on into the wall. The dominant truck of the night just went head on the outside wall. Vicious hit sent in there by Connor Mozak. Collects the innocent Gio Ruggiero, who again gets collected another crash. That isn't his fault on the season, but he's still going to get a top 10 finish out of it. So just like that, Ruggiero and Hocevar, who are 2 of the top 3 trucks in my opinion tonight, are now out of this race, leaving us with just 7 trucks left in the race with 28 laps to go. Ty Majeski's a lap down, so Corey Heim is your race leader here in Texas, and you might as well just hand the trophy to him at this point already. There's no one on his level that can really compete with his pace here today, with Hocevar and Ruggiero being taken out. What a absolute wreck fest here in Texas. White flag final lap presented by Credit One Bank in Texas for Corey Heim. Going to pick up his 3rd win of the season in the exact same race he did in real life here in Texas. So far, Heim is about to be 3 for 3 for races he's won in real life in our simulations as he goes down the backstretch towards 3 and 4 for the final time here in Texas. It has been a dominant final stage thanks to his main competitors being crashed out, and the clock will once again strike Heim time as Corey Heim wins in Texas, followed by Connor Mozak, Daniel Hemrick, Ben Rhodes, Ty Majeski, Josh Rayom, and Luke Fenhouse finishing the race. So this is Corey Heim's 9th career win, 3rd on the season. He led 38 of the 237, or of the 160s. He led 38 of the 167 laps. So here are your final race results. Heim the winner. Ben Rhodes, Connor Mozak, Josh Rayom with one heck of a 4th place finish. Ty Majeski rounds out the top 5. Daniel Hemrick, Luke Fenhouse, Ruggiero, Hocevar, Crafton all out of the race around the top 10. Hocevar did snag the Xfinity fastest lap point though. Then to the rest of the grid there you see all the guys that crashed out. Friesen, Sanchez, Caruth, Chandler Smith, Enfinger, Ankrum, Garcia, Honeycutt, Riggs, Brandon Jones, you name it. They're all out of this race. in a wild demo derby here in Texas. So you'll see the fallout from that in the playoff grid here, as we are 8 races down in this regular season. Corey Heim continues to extend his claim on that top spot with his 3rd win of the season. Ben Rhodes, Daniel Hemrick have really good point cushions to the cut line. Tanner Gregg jumps his way into that 8th spot now in the playoffs. And then Grant Empfinger and Stuart Friesen on the bubble, just a hair above Jake Garcia at that cut line. You still got Mills, Perez, Ankrum, and Mozak on the outside looking in. Going into next episode from the Heartland at Kansas Speedway. Should be a very good race there. Heim, the winner here in Texas. Congrats to him. On to Kansas. And as we end this episode, as always, I want to give a special shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brendan Breen, and Jeremy Isley for your support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me in this channel, and helps me and the channel continue to grow. Now on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So those either watching this video or not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds, and I would really appreciate it. And if you want me to get a shout out in the video, just like these 3, link to become a paid channel member is in the description down below. And until next episode, I hope you all have a good one.